all the parents of special needs kids, for all those times you worried about how your child might act in public or with classmates, there is a 10-year-old boy I would like you to meet. In tonight's Storytellers, photojournalist Chris Chalene and I tagged along with Morgan Wolfers, who sees the world in his own way and wants to share it with you.
What is my favorite?
For so long,
Sometimes I play soccer.
the boy with the long hair has been that kid.
Different foods around me make me feel weird because
That kid who can't handle a birthday party.
Who is this kid that's melting down?
red, blue,
That kid who couldn't interact with others at school.
2 reds.
He's had a lot of people look at him in a negative way.
Well, I usually sit alone.
I could tell that he operates a little bit differently.
Morgan Wolfers deals with autism.
Sometimes it's a little bit hard to concentrate on things.
The only difference I see with him and the other students is that he does need that extra clarification of directions.
Out here,
It's certainly a beautiful day.
Yeah, it is.
clarity and direction
We got really
Oh, look
lucky.
at those flowers.
are exactly what Morgan and his parents are looking for.
He's in the middle of the grass.
Yeah.
You get close, then you can see that the yellow and green part of the leaf.
The 10-year-old autistic boy,
Nice leaf right here.
he's taken up nature photography.
What caught my attention is see that like pink barrel thing behind the flower?
His parents, Heather and Adam, believe Morgan's autism plays a role in his work.
He has always noticed stuff that other people don't notice.
He got so good at taking pictures,
Yeah, wider shots mainly.
he's now that kid who decided to start his own business.
Once he kind of like got hooked into this and what he could do with a camera, it's been kind of a roller coaster ride.
This is my little wall area right here.
He started selling his work in a conifer store called Red Roof Relics.
He happened to come in with his mom, and he was ready to start a business.
Loretta Hamilton charged him $10
These are my prints, and then these over here are my framed prints.
for his spot on the wall.
This is called Island on the Clouds.
I thought it was amazing that somebody so young would even want to start something up.
I've seen a lot of things that amaze me, and I just want to share those things with others.
10% of this 10-year-old's profits go to the Blue Ribbon Arts Initiative, which supports autistic artists.
He's one of our top sellers.
His pictures have impacted people so much.
Okay, awesome.
Got a good one?
Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
Morgan is now that kid whose picture was selected by National Geographic for display in the home of Vice President Joe Biden.
I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
Wish we could have gone to Washington to see
I
it.
know.
More importantly, chasing his passion has helped him focus.
The branches are in cool, like coordination.
He's no longer that kid.
This photography is kind of a saving grace because it gets people to look past all that.
He's gonna make his way. I'm not gonna cry.
Great.
He's that kid who wants to inspire those kids.
Try new things and explore your limits and what you want to do.
With photojournalist Chris Chalene,
That's kind of cool.
Nelson Garcia, 9 News. In 1928, an abandoned town near Crested Butte was transformed from a ghost town into an outdoor science laboratory, which is now internationally known. In tonight's Storytellers, 9 News photojournalist Ann Herbst traveled to Gothic, where she found one study that is a little bit Wild Kingdom and a little bit daytime drama.
Tucked away high up in the Rocky Mountains is a place that on the surface seems serene.
There we go.
But there's drama hidden in these hills.
It's really a big soap opera.
A soap opera that plays out daily at the Rocky Mountain Biological Lab in Gothic.
That's Dandelion. He's the male. He's the father. He's all over town. Well, we are marmoteers or marmotologists.
Dan Blumstein
I prefer marmoteers.
and his team with a funny name
The Marmoteers?
are minor characters in this developing storyline.
Those are babies.
The real stars are far more fuzzy.
Marmots are great research subjects because they have an address. Most animals don't have an address.
Students and scientists come here from all over the world.
And I didn't even know that I would get to go to a place like this.
They use this outdoor lab to study everything from pollination to climate change.
You guys should play in the trap, not next to the trap.
But the marmot study stands out,
Yellow-bellied marmots have been studied here since 1962.
making it one of the longest field studies of a non-game animal ever.
I know it tickles.
Blumstein and his marmoteers tag and track each marmot born here.
They're pretty chill.
Sometimes they scream though.
When we pluck hair for DNA, it might scream.
Like any good soap opera, there's tragedy,
Half the marmots die in their first year.
betrayal,
Brothers and sisters fighting.
and a whole lot of testosterone.
You know that disgusting male that's big and he just bites the other females, and sometimes he even like forced the female to to mate, and we got pissed with him.
If that's not enough suspense,
So the bear came into our friend's cabin actually. A couple days later, the bear opens the door to the outhouse and poops in the outhouse.
and it's not just the animals acting like animals. Try mixing up a hormone cocktail of more than 100 college kids.
And there's not only the marmot drama, but also the people drama too.
I don't study that. I focus on the marmots.
We had one kid like climb a cliff to get this girl a flower. And I'm like, oh, does she know you like her? And he's like, yeah, I got her a flower.
It's a magical place that you can be romantic in each corner of here.
Yeah, the jokes are plenty, and the work is painfully cute. But in the end,
12-7 for AG.
this research is important stuff.
We're learning a lot about how evolution happens and how flexible species are and how they respond to climate change. The timing of when they've been emerging from hibernation is getting earlier, and that seems to be associated with warmer spring temperatures.
Meaning the lush valley where this soap opera plays out every day will probably change too.
At some point, the predictions are this is going to be a lot hotter and drier, and these beautiful alpine meadows will turn into sagebrush.
This is an ongoing story,
And we learn more and more every year.
a story without a name.
What would I name a marmot soap opera?
The Book of Marmot. Definitely.
It's giving us important insights into life, into how systems change over time, how we influence them.
A saga that'll have them tuning in tomorrow for the next exciting episode.
I love these ears.
In Gothic, Ann Herbst, 9 News.
I'm 9 News storyteller Nelson Garcia. Have you ever had a day when you feel like everything is against you? Or maybe you just want to sit around because you feel unmotivated? Well, in tonight's Storytellers, let me and photojournalist Mike Grady introduce you to a race car driver who lets nothing get in his way. Just sitting around drives Mike McCarrick crazy. The man behind the wheel of car 88 spends his days at the I-76 Speedway in Fort Morgan. Family functions for his dad.
It's a little nerve-wracking sometimes.
And his mom, Barbara.
Just all his life, he's rode his go-karts that way, and so this isn't really anything new. And him and his brother have always been real competitors.
Actually, we had matching cars the first year that we raced there.
When Mike and his brother Rick aren't inside the car, they're usually under it.
Yeah, this thing's still gonna leak.
Mike believes he can fix anything except his legs.
I was born this way. My legs are paralyzed from the waist down.
A birth defect, and they don't really know why.
But from birth, Mike has always believed he can do anything anyone else can.
Hopefully it doesn't lift the car up.
Just faster.
Yep.
I broke his leg once when we were pulling him on a skateboard behind my bike.
And it was broke.
My mom wasn't happy. That was the first time I broke his leg.
Mike loved the excitement, and the camera loved him.
Brings back a lot of memories, crazy stuff that I
Yeah.
did. That looks like the ramp your dad built. These I'm riding my skateboard. Try not to run my finger over.
His need for speed
Here he's riding in his little
hand-propelled bike.
Landed him in local newspapers as the poster child for the Easter seals.
I think I was more famous when I was little.
And as a competitive wheelchair racer.
Set your mind. Go for it.
You never caught Mike just sitting around.
You can sit around and feel sorry for yourself, but that ain't gonna do you no good. It ain't gonna help you any.
That drive.
Is that line plugged?
Is motoring Mike.
So my hand controls, I push down for the gas.
Each week to the track.
Forward is the brake, probably the speed, or the wind in my hair.
Nothing really slows him down.
He walked to school. He could have rode the handicap bus, but he always wanted to walk with the buddies.
Uh-oh. Dropped my soda.
The real race is the one he won't win when he's not on the track. Eventually, he will have to use a wheelchair full time.
I can't probably walk forever, so that chair's, it's waiting, but it can wait.
Mike believes this wheel and this chair can keep him out of that wheelchair and racing.
My wife says the wheelchairs don't go fast enough, so that's why I started racing the cars.
Driving through all this crazy, just sitting around and around.
Well, go for it. Set your mind. You can do anything, really.
With photojournalist Mike Grady, Nelson Garcia, 9 News. I'm 9 News storyteller Nelson Garcia. What people take away from a trip to Crested Butte isn't always everything they brought with them. In tonight's Storytellers, reporter Jonathan Gonzalez and photojournalist Ann Herbst show us how the town has a unique way of getting people connected to the things that they've lost.
A lot of people stumbled across here.
People come here to get lost.
Sometimes when people leave wherever they're from.
I'm originally from New York.
Boulder. Rural Des Moines, Iowa.
It's less about what they lose, more about what they find.
It's kind of just the way Crested Butte rolls, I guess. We find things here.
Nowhere in this mountain oasis is this more apparent.
And I want to get you some messages.
And more literal than here.
6:33 here at KBUT Crested Butte.
Where the news of the day,
high temperatures should be about 40,
is balanced by songs spun by dozens of volunteer DJs.
Tedeschi Trucks, new album from them.
People aren't going to listen to the information you're bringing them unless you entertain them along the way.
But no segment may be as entertaining.
We've got Lost on Elk Avenue
as the station's analog version of a Craigslist ad.
It's unbelievable what people put on the Lost and Found.
KBUT's Lost and Found is a daily service that helps reunite lost items in the Gunnison Valley to their rightful owners.
Someone found a Pyrex container full of salad.
For all of KBUT's 30 years on the air,
baby blanket,
they've been reuniting the community.
I think hearing aid.
With all of their lost items.
Birth control pills. My husband said, boy, she's not going to have fun tonight. No, I shouldn't say that.
Write it down on a piece of paper.
A dark brown wallet.
And no matter what it is,
you kind of listen to.
They'll read it.
Well, what are people losing?
There have been turtles on the Lost and Found.
And it was moving very slowly. And I'm like, is this a turtle in my yard?
We've had, you know, dentures.
You couldn't miss the teeth. I mean, they were teeth.
Sometimes the owners come forward.
No one ever claimed the turtle.
Weird.
Sometimes it's finders keepers, even with dentures.
No one is supposed to know that, but yes.
You would think in a town so small,
the town of Crested Butte is basically 10 by 10 blocks.
People wouldn't lose so much when they get here. Right, Marshall?
The Bermuda Triangle exists on those 3 blocks, and that's probably where the majority of stuff gets lost.
The what triangle?
Yeah, the Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda Triangle.
There's 3 main bars in town.
Achievers, the Eldo, and the Talk of the Town.
On a Friday and Saturday night, once you get in, it's hard to get out.
How bad could a tiny piece of a tiny town be?
I found underwear. I don't understand how you go home without your underwear, but...
Though perhaps the most inexplicable tale of all...
Someone lost a chinchilla. It was reported alive but wounded.
She found this chinchilla, and so she brought it to the vet.
So we anesthetized him to splint his leg.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. It's like a hedgehog or something, I think.
So we're airing it for like a week or whatever, lost chinchilla. So then she comes back about a week later and she said, oh, I got to take that off.
It was not a chinchilla. We found out that he was a woodland pack rat.
So it was a wild rodent.
We've got partly cloudy skies expected for the evening.
It's KBUT's way of helping Crested Butte.
It's that simple, it works.
Deal with what's lost.
It truly works.
So the community can focus on what it finds here every day.
Tranquility.
With photojournalist Ann Herbst.
Community.
Jonathan Gonzalez.
250 PBRs.
9 News.